Hi, Jules Bless Vegan, and welcome to day 11 of our 100-day countdown to the best version of ourselves in the new year. As always, I'm thrilled you're here, and for those who are just joining us, you are right on time. So, I had topics and things, but I am trashed. I am crazy tired. Oh God, I don't even know where to begin. This is just going to be called stuff, just stuff. I know God's in the details, but sometimes I'm such a rebel that I just say, forget it. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. I got to school super early. My husband was Santa Claus for, 650 kids, which is such a blessing. And I had to get literally 500 candy canes, more than 500, whatever, and arrange the whole thing and get student leadership kids to help and blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to disassociate myself with Santa because I didn't want people to put it together that he's my husband. So I was kind of behind the scenes, whatever. It was freezing. There was ice. It was like a crazy cold morning. It was considered the day before winter break, so our children were just in pajamas. And then after the whole thing with my husband, we had this big performance where, all 5 grade levels performed songs. And then after that, we went back to the classroom. I was trying to finish and get the progress reports out. And then it was just me. And a lot of parents were super generous and gave a ton of food, like 6 pizzas, 10 bags of chips, 20 things of drinks, whatever, a ton of food. And I was desperately trying to organize the food and get that ready for the kids. And then they were having a potluck after, and I had brought, like a humble little vegetable platter for it. And before I knew it, the day was over. It was total insanity. Oh, in addition, I had $350 worth of gifts that I was giving out to the children for their math facts, which one of my lovely sisters, Cynthia, helped me pay for. And then I was also having a gift exchange where the children were doing a gift exchange. So it was one thing after another. Before I knew it, the day was ending. I had never eaten. I had never drinking anything. I had said no for 5 days to every temptation, and finally on the 100th temptation, without considering halt, my hungry, angry, lonely, tired, I gave in to something that wasn't on my food plan. And it was kind of a mixed blessing in the sense that I was able to realize that my taste buds were just going, this is not food. And I was able to praise God for that change. And ultimately, I ended up rinsing out my mouth and eating some of my oranges, which was great. But I was spent. I was beyond tired. I still had to clean my room. I did all of that. So then finally, I'm coming home and I get this wicked message from a mother saying that she's like reporting me to the office because I bullied her daughter. Bullied is such a misoverused word. It's crazy. And hello, I don't live on the plane of 8-year-olds and could never imagine bullying a child. So it's kind of a long story, but the gist of it was that we were doing this gift exchange, and I did say dollar gifts were fine, but suddenly, 10 kids or whatever came running up who had not brought a gift, but wanted to use a trinket from their desk, a candy cane, an old this and old that, and one of the girls came up with just this paper folder, but it was cute, it had a unicorn on it, whatever. It didn't compare to the other gifts. I honestly did not think she bought it for the gift exchange, so I said, hon, it wouldn't be fair, compared to the other gifts. Apparently, she was embarrassed, humiliated, devastated, didn't have the grace to say, Miss McCants, this is a real gift, whatever. So her mom said she spent her own $2.50 on it. How dare me? She's reporting me to my principal. I wrote back and said, peace be with you. I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding. You don't have to involve the principal. This isn't a school-wide effort. By no means are gift exchange required or sponsored by the school. And then she went back to, well, it wasn't about the gift exchange. It was about you humiliating my daughter. And I was like, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. So my father used to always say that the road to hell was paved with good intentions. And I so get it because, oh my gosh, all I did was give and give and give of myself in every way today. And finally find myself in hell as this woman is threatening to turn me into the principal. So I was just like, wow. Anyway, after like a series of emails and grace and praying to God and blah, 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 she finally bought in to the fact that it wasn't an intention, an evil intent on my part. And I'm going to just have to pray that it works out. But it doesn't matter. As upset she was and how much she wanted to be an advocate for her daughter, I was devastated by her referring to me as a bully. And also just the exhaustion. And then, of course, choosing to eat wrong. Excuse me. Mama's doing a video. Stop. Anyway, it was just distressing. So I'm exhausted. And I just wanted to process that for a minute. I don't know. God is in the details. He is. And He's merciful and good. It's just sometimes we're down on this realm. And even though He's in the details, it's like, Father, just get here. Just get here. Just come take care of this. You know, when you're a little kid and you just want to cry to your mom and say, I have an owie. So I'm going to cry to my Father and say, Lord, I have an owie. Fix it. Anyway, hopefully He did. The mother seemed to at some point say she sort of gets it. She's just being a mama bear and, you know, an advocate for her daughter. I get it. But ouch, right? All right, so I'm trying to find the blessings. Maybe tomorrow. Right? Okay, so peace be with you. Tell me how you're doing, people, so I can just feel like there's a community out there of some kind. And until we talk again, can't wait for day 10 with a fresh outlook. But for tonight, I'm spent. All right, love you so much, and be blessed.